Hi, my name is Danny. I'm a member of the sales team with the Boathouse Group. Today we're located in Sarasota, Florida, where we are at the Suncoast Boat Show, and I'm going to be highlighting some of the features of the SŌLACE 32 CS. I'm going to start up here at the bow, where I would like to display your forward anchor locker incorporated on the 32. Inside the 32, you're going to see plenty of space to work with your anchor rod. Additionally, you're going to see space on both the port and starboard side to incorporate up to an 8-inch fender, which makes it very easy for you with your forward cleats when you pull up to a restaurant or if you're rafting off with another boat. Now, as we continue to move back behind me here, you can see the forward spacing that they have actually incorporated further into the gunnel walls, which gives you really good workable space to take advantage of the beam that this boat has to offer, but additionally gives you ample space to work when you're hosting and having people out with you. And that's why we have the table on display right now. The table I can easily work around if need be, but also gives me still plenty of space. I'm 6 feet, I have a little bit of longer legs. I still have plenty of workable space underneath the table here. One staple for SŌLACE is with their seats in the forward, these are on magnets. They're very easily removable, very lightweight. So specifically when I'm talking about fishing the boat, or even if I'm done at the end of the day and I want to get my seats out of the elements, I can very easily place them on and off, and that gives me very ease of use. And this is very unique to what SŌLACE has to offer. They're also encompassing their slam latches, which you will see displayed right here to my right, and a very easy open, easy close. They're going to lock into place every single time. You'll also notice where I'm displaying the slam latches here, you're going to see they have an incorporated space for a trash can. Now, right behind me here, you're going to see the 2-seater forward seat right in front of the console here. This is going to be a fan favorite. For us on the West Coast, if we're going on a Keys run, this is going to be one of the most popular seats in the house that people will fight over. You can very easily sit 2 here. And now as we transition to the midship, first I would like to highlight, you'll note that you've seen the coaming bolsters all the way throughout the bow, all the way from the midship to the stern. So no matter where you are in the vessel, where you're fishing the vessel, you'll notice that I have really good support with these coaming bolsters and the gunnel height that SŌLACE offers in the 32. Another thing that you'll notice is they actually do have designated space underneath where I can very easily throw in this recessed space. This is lipped and cupped, so you have an easy space to put kind of some of those ancillary pieces underneath. Just underneath me here as well, what you will see, we have very easy access for your wash down, whether you're using raw water wash down for the deck or you're using freshwater wash down to rinse off. And you'll also see this designated space here for your fire extinguisher, which legally you have to have on board, and now you always have a space for it where it's out of your way in case it's needed. And here we are at the transom of the SŌLACE 32 CS, where I would start with highlighting the massive cavernous in-floor fish boxes that you'll see here at the port and starboard. Now these are macerated, these are insulated, so they give you really good workability when you are keeping fish over a long day out on the water. I also always like to highlight the in-floor space that you have to work here, which is very cavernous. Again, a really good storage space to work. And if you do option the 32 with the quick gyro stabilizer, this is going to be the designated space for it as well. And again, will give you very easy access to work when you need it underneath. I also would like to now come to the back of the transom, where you'll see I always like to start and highlight the elevated seating position, which is great when you're underway. It gives people a really good line of sight, an elevated line of sight, and people like to feel the flow of the wind when you're out running. It gives you a really good, cool view when you outrun. And for those that may not be as, seaworthy, if you will, it can definitely make the experience a little bit better for them than being down in the vessel. So we always like to highlight this. The other nice part about this functionality here is it's very easily movable. So these, again, are also on magnets, just like you saw on the bow as well. So I can very easily place and remove these seats when I do or do not want them. And your rear leaning post here also is very easily incorporated in your full allotment of rod holders across the stern, so I can easily remove this when I like to. I also like to highlight having the movable cutting board, which again, a SŌLACE staple, is also on magnets. So case dependent on what I'm trying to do, especially if I'm trying to use the cutting board, if I'm offshore, it gives me really easy access here to work. Now I also like to highlight having both the port and starboard pressurized live wells that you will see are on finished lids. So everything with SŌLACE is finished underneath, and we always like to highlight that it gives you the best viability with your bait, but also does give you longevity in that regard. You also have a very easy, accessible fish box or cooler, which does have a divider. I also like to highlight your dive door here on the port side, which also has a very easily accessible dive ladder. Now I'd like to highlight the rear-facing mezzanine seat, which is available now on the SŌLACE 32 CS. This is going to be a very popular seat in the house for those that want to give a unique viewing experience while underway and be very comfortable in the process. But this seat is not just going to serve that purpose, it's going to be dual purpose as well, and it's going to give you a very great space for your fishability, which you can see here on display. We have a couple lures in place already to show you the easy access here for those, but more importantly, the easy access that you'll have for all of your tackle. There is ample integrated tackle space for all of your tackle needs, whether you're running some inshore, offshore, or anything in between. In addition to the seating capacity and the tackle storage, which is displayed, you'll also note this does have an insulated frigid rigid cooler, which was custom made for SŌLACE on the 32 CS. Now I would like to highlight some of the features here at the helm and console of the SŌLACE 32 CS. I like to start with the very well supportive helm pad below me, which is going to be very easy on your legs throughout a long day on the water. But you'll also notice the leaning post that they have to offer here as well, which again you'll see easy armrest, very comfortable, and the SŌLACE has an amazing line of sight so that you never lose that horizon no matter how you're running the vessel. Now we'll highlight the twin Garmin displays that you see here at the helm. And you'll notice we have redundancy switching, which can be toggled more old-fashioned style if you're old school, but we also have incorporated digital switching through the Garmins as well. You'll also notice we've got the patented flip forward windshield, which is really good for giving you not just visibility, giving you talkability to those that are forward if you want to have airflow, specifically when we get into our summer months. Notice here while we're at the helm, we've got very easy access for, on this specific vessel, my Mercury joystick, which is also incorporated with autopilot, my binnacles, my trim tabs, all easy access while I run the vessel. You'll also notice above us we have both of our VHF radios and our Mercury VestaView display. This boat is also equipped with the lighting system, Shadowcaster lighting. So the Shadowcaster is going to have all of your lighting very easily accessible through the Garmin. So if you want to change the lights specifically for your overhead lights on the T-top, your spreader lights, the lights that are in your JL audio system, that's all customizable through Shadowcaster and really makes for a nice experience while you're on the water as well. I also like to highlight the custom tread steering wheel. This is different from having your standard steering wheel. It gives you really good grab points, very comfortable on you. It does not get too hot, which is a very big point for us, especially here in our Florida market. And this is a staple for SŌLACE as well that you are sure to enjoy. And a staple for the SŌLACE 32 CS is the space that they have to work down in their head, which actually has a small recessed forward berth space that you can use, which runs underneath your forward seat. And one thing I really like to highlight is the vertical clearance that SŌLACE has been able to incorporate into their headspace underneath. I am 6 feet tall myself, and when I stand underneath, I still have 3 or 4 inches of clearance above my head, which just gives you confidence that you can be comfortable when you're down there when you do have to use the head. You'll notice that we do have full space for your rod storage, which gives you a very good spot to work with while you're running offshore if you don't want to have all of your rods out in the rod holders while you're running to where you're trying to get. That was just a brief overview of everything that the SŌLACE 32 CS has to offer. If you have any questions or would like information, not just on any of our SŌLACE product or anything that we carry, you're welcome to reach out to myself or any member of our sales team at the Boathouse Group. We are located in Naples, Cape Coral, and Port Charlotte. We'd be happy to give you any information you need to assist in your sale. Thank you.